What is up, FIFA faithful? Bearhamms here, ecstatic to present my newest FIFA 22 series with Forward Madison. With the addition of Create a Club in FIFA 22, we'll be using one of the most important teams in American soccer, in my opinion, and don't worry, I will explain throughout the save, in the MLS in attempts to completely rebuild the Mingos from a fun local club to an American powerhouse, acquiring world-class players and developing national team prospects. The first episode will be dedicated to building the roster as Create a Club start from scratch with generated players. Unfortunately, we won't have the likes of Turbo, Giro, and Diaz to help lead the way in the club's inaugural MLS season, but we'll make do with our original roster. Starting off, we have goalkeeper Jose Jackson, his backup Cody Cameron, and the third string Breno Rodriguez from Brazil. And then we start off with the left wingback in Nweke Kiaga from Ghana. Then we have Jesus Cardenas. We also have Donald Adams, who is the best player on the squad at 73 overall and only 25 years old. We also have Reese Cox, 68 overall. We have Larry Thompson, 59 overall. Then we get to the right backs with Hunter Stewart, 66 overall. Will Anderson, 61 overall. Then we get into the midfield here. CDM Mike Cooper, 52 overall. We have Cuban left mid, Cam center mid extraordinaire, Simone Villalba, 71 overall. We also have Javi Ray. We have Matt Wright, Brett Wright, 33 years of age, 68 overall. Shuzo Tagada, 51 overall. Courtney Burke from Trinidad and Tobago, 59 overall. Manuel Gonzalez. We also have Felix Duran, Ethan Kelly, Patrick Mueller. We also have Pablo Mendoza. And we have our striker, Cohen Stewart, 73 overall. When it comes to MLS saves, I do like to loosely follow the rules in terms of designated players and roster space, but we will stay away from the complexities of GAM, TAM, and whatnot. Designated players will be players signed from bigger leagues like, the top 5 and, maybe the Dutch and maybe the smaller leagues in between. And since Forward Madison will be coming into the league as an expansion team, we'll start with the expansion draft. With my interpretation of the expansion draft, I decided to pick a mix of veterans and youngsters that are surplus to their current clubs. Starting off, Chris Brady. The reason why I picked him is he actually plays for Forward Madison as part of the affiliation with Chicago Fire. So it was just an easy pickup. Might as well just grab him. I know he's only 51 overall, but we'll just watch him grow and we'll see what happens there. Next, we'll go up to Brent Coleman, 64 overall. He is that third, fourth choice for Minnesota United at the moment. I don't see him extending his contract since he is going to get over the age of 30, but we'll pick him up. What I like about him is he likes to get his nose in there, down and dirty, kind of the defender that you want, especially if we do have 3 at the back. He's a perfect third center back. Then we brought in Perry Kitchen, 65 overall, the former Hearts player. He has also played with LA Galaxy as well as Columbus Crew. Picked him up, 65 overall. He'll be decent in the midfield. And then we have Chris Mueller. Now, the reason why I picked him up is, he's supposed to go to Hibernian at the end of this season, but he's played in Madison before, not with Forward Madison, but with the University of Wisconsin. So he's like, you know what? A little bit of a homecoming. We'll see what happens from there. And we do really need some help with the forward. So welcome to the club, Chris. Welcome to the club, Chris. Welcome to Club Perry, and welcome to the club, Brent. Next, we have the Mls Super Draft, where I will draft the given players from the Youth Academy. In the future, players discovered from the Youth Academy will be homegrown players that will be hopefully signed from time to time. And our big draft pick is Blake Jones, right wing, center mid, 6'4", 213 pounds. The man is built like a defensive end. Great potential, great skill moves, great footwork, and decent shooting and pace to start off. I might actually try to put him at striker just because of how massive he is. Could be the second coming of Daryl DK. 2 weeks after changing Blake Jones's position to a striker, he has bounced up from a 68 to a 70, and now with the target man growth, let's see what happens now. It's crazy. Already with the position change, he's up to a 71 now. When it comes to designated players, I know when you look at those 4, they're varying in quality, but these are the types of players that we'll be looking for at the start of the season when you look at the free agents list and some of these big players do pop up. And if we do find a player that we're willing to sign, then yeah, so be it. We'll try to go for players like Pookie and Welbeck in like the earlier stages, but once we get into that end game, we feel like we have a strong team and we want to make that marquee signing, We're going to be going for the Lewandowskis and the Thomas Muellers of the world, players that are above the hump but still have a lot to prove. When it comes to board objectives, they want us to at least make a run for the playoffs, which is going to be a little difficult considering the team that we have and the quality that we have to start. Then we have to finish 5.9 profit at the end of the first transfer window. That's going to be tough, especially with the team that we have. And then U.S. Open Cup, reach the round of 16. We've already done it, so good job to us. For the first game of the episode, this will be our inaugural lineup, as we will have Jackson between the sticks, Coleman and Adams our center backs, Cox and Stewart our wing backs. Then we have the Wright brothers as our CDMs, Mendoza as our cam, Mueller and Villalba on the wings. Then we have Cohen, Stewart up top. And then on the bench, we will have our youngster in Blake Jones, and we'll see how we do in our first ever MLS game against Nashville SC. Safe to say I'm already loving the cutscenes before the game. We do arrive at Nissan Stadium, and I'm excited. It's interesting about this save, how long it's taken for me to get this all set up. I was going to actually have it start a couple weeks ago, but I fell ill to COVID, and then as soon as I was going to put the first episode last Friday? Yeah, it was last Friday. I was going to have it all ready to go, get the series started, but then they fired Carl Craig, their current manager, or was current manager, and I was like, well, you know, that wouldn't be too bad, but I named the manager Carl Craig, and he was on the thumbnail. So it was for the best to scrap it and then redo the save. So here we are, finally, this Tuesday. Finally got this save out. Ooh, maybe a chance here, right from distance. Just take it, why not? It does take a deflection. We'll go out for a corner. Now, a lot of these players are going to be fighting for their lives, as this is the inaugural side, and I don't think we'll keep a lot of them. I did put in the team that it was a seasoned team, a veteran team, so that's why you see a lot of players at, you know, the ages of 33, 32. They're probably going to go down in quality very soon. So we are going to have to get some more players to upgrade the side. And I did that just because it just seems a little more realistic to have players, you know, USL rejects on the side, trying our best to get something going with this new expansion side. As yes, I did take out Cincinnati just because they've been so piss poor, as there's an early chance there, but thankfully there is a post to save the day. It's really fascinating to compare them and Inter Miami. You'd think with Beckham and the name that they'd be able to get some high quality players, and they did get some high quality players, but they haven't showed out. And the only reason why they went to the playoffs last year is because the window was so open for the amount of teams that could come in. Maybe a chance here if Mueller is onside. Does take it and does score. So it will be the former Badger getting the first goal for Forward Madison in the MLS. A great pass inward, able to find the former Orlando City man. We're up by 1. As you can see, I tried my best with the drip kit. It was pretty difficult trying to get the colors right, but I think I did an okay job. And we will see the away kit in the second game, which isn't really inspired by any of their other kits. It was just something that looked very flamingo-ish. Now there might be an early chance here for... Wow, that was quick. Maybe a chance now with McCarty. Oddly, on the wing, able to find Leal. Centered through to Cadiz. Cadiz finds Loba. Loba with the shot in just before halftime. Our lead has been taken away. For the second half, we are bringing on Blake Jones as Cohen Stewart can play cam, and Mendoza was just not cutting it into the midfield. So we'll see how the youngster can do in his first 45 minutes. Pretty decent backline with him and Zimmerman in terms of MLS talent. So now Mukhtar will take the shot, and he's going to put that in. That is the third goal for Nashville, just under the 70th minute mark. I think we will make some more substitutions. We'll split up the Wright brothers. We'll bring on Perry Kitchen. So we'll find Mukhtar. Mukhtar finds Mole. Mole with a chance for a shot. He's going to center that through to Sapong. And they are just tearing our back four apart. Not able to recover it back, as though this is the last chance. Try to hit Jones on the run, but it will fall to right. So maybe something here. Flips it through. Chests it down. A chance for Jones. Oh my goodness. What a goal by the youngster. There's a reason why we picked him number 1 in the expansion draft. Well, I mean, it's the whole homegrown thing for FIFA 22, but that's why we brought him on. That's why he might be a household name very soon. So yes, we did indeed lose as Nashville doubled our goal total, but a lot of signs of life as Mueller and Blake Jones had some nice goals. For the second and final game of today's episode, Blake Jones looks to improve on his start. We take on New York City FC at Yankee Stadium. It's Medina. Dances past a couple defenders. Interesting shot, but a nice save there by Jackson, getting his mitt on that one. Still waiting for what the fourth judge is going to say here. Is Castellanos. Does get a centering pass in, almost. Connects to the head of a running Maxi Morales, and that will do it for the opening half. No score, thankfully. Now Sands slides that through. Bjornsson shoots and scores. This time it does hit the post, but it goes in. So far, I think we will go 4-2-2-2. We'll have Stewart and Jones up top. We are going to bring on the most tired right and bring on Perry Kitchen. And I mean, that's honestly the best we can do at this point. So now Stewart does get a cross in, looking for Jones. Tries to flick it on, but difficult shot for a youngster. Maybe a shot from distance here. Floats it in. Good Lord. Perry Kitchen. Okay, you should be starting more. Good grief. Just a nice little curler there from the veteran. Way outside the box. I don't know what Sean Johnson was doing, as could have easily saved that. It's now a nice pass to Cox. Cox is through. Oh, I thought he had a run by Blake Jones, who decided to stop. But that will do it. We do secure a point in our first episode. Just an absolute peach of a shot by Perry Kitchen as he was cooking, and we got a point out of it. While we did not exactly win in our first episode, there was a lot to be happy about, especially with Blake Jones up top, getting that goal later on in the game. And then in that second one, Perry Kitchen saving it for the Mingos, getting us that point. And we're doing respectable for an expansion team, you could say. So that'll do it for the end of the episode. But before we go, I did hint at designated players. And if you have any suggestions for players that we could sign soon or in the long run, please just jot them down in the comments below. I'm all ears. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think you guys will come up with some crazy and fun suggestions. So yes, this will be the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching and interested in playing it. Be sure to like and subscribe. I will see you next time. This has been Bearhamms, and as always, Toodaloo.